Okay. All right. Okay, so let's begin by taking a moment to get comfortable in your seat. If you have on shoes or socks and you're comfortable taking your shoes and socks off, that's good. We always pretty much recommend practicing in bare feet if you can. I'm just adjusting my camera a little bit. Again, if you're having a couple set of blocks today, a second chair or a yoga ball today. We got someone popping in, so let me let that person in. Hold on a second here. Okay, so getting back to, and I was just telling everybody, if you have a couple blocks today or a yoga ball, have that nearby. Take some time to get comfortable in your seat. Come into a good posture, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders roll down away from your ears. Your spine is long from your tailbone through the crown of your head. You can imagine someone has a string gently at the crown of your head, gently drawing your head straight up from your crown, gently tucking your chin in toward your shoulders. You can roll your shoulders back and down a few times and forwards a few times. Have your knees and your ankles about 2 fists width apart or hip distance apart. Toes should be pointing straight ahead. Feet are gently pressing down into the floor as you're lifting your spine up through the crown. Take a moment to check in with your body, scanning your body from head to toe, noticing any areas of tightness or tension or stress, and just mindfully, mentally asking those areas to relax and let go of any tension. Close your eyes. Take some time to notice your breathing without changing your breath, noticing whether your breath is shallow or deep, fast or slow. And then gradually beginning to deepen your breath. We go through this process of centering so that we can begin to bring our attention and our awareness to our body, to our breath, bringing ourselves to the present moment. And it feels good to be in the present moment, doesn't it? So that you're not concerned, you don't have any worries about what you've done before your practice or what you're going to do after your practice. And just as a reminder, this is a pet-friendly production, so you may see pets coming in and out. So hopefully it doesn't feel like a distraction. But they tend to move, cats tend to move kind of slowly and stealthy. And I like that because this is how I want us to begin to feel, just slowing down and just relaxing. They have a special way of relaxing and just kind of seemingly not being concerned about anything. So take some time to bring yourself to that point of no concerns, just relax, being in the present moment and enjoying the present moment. So with that being said, continuing to gradually deepen your breath, placing one hand over your heart, the other hand over your belly. Begin to feel the ebb and flow of your breath. Feeling cool air on your nostrils as you exhale, warm air on your nostrils as you, or did I say cool air as you inhale, and warm air on your nostrils as you exhale. I might have said that backwards, but I think you get it. And begin to notice if you can feel your abdomen, your ribs, your chest expanding and contracting with each inhalation and with each exhalation. Just creating that sense of relaxation and peace and comfort. And as you say those words to yourself, just notice how just saying those words make you feel. Saying those words to yourself, I am relaxed, or I am relaxing. I am bringing myself to a state of being in the present moment. I am breathing in cool air. I'm exhaling warm air as you feel it on your nostrils. I am beginning to feel my abdomen, my ribs, my chest expanding and contracting with each inhalation and with each exhalation. So just continue connecting in that manner. Okay, so as you continue slowing down the breath, relaxing, bringing yourself into the present moment, take a moment maybe or a few seconds to set an intention for your practice, how you want to feel in your practice. What would you like to achieve in your practice today? How would you like to show up for yourself in your practice? Bring your arms down by your sides. We'll begin our seated sun salutation. So on your inhalation, slowly raising your arms overhead, lean back slightly, look up, pressing your feet down into the floor as you slowly come into a forward fold, hands towards your feet. And then placing your hands on your shins, inhale halfway up, look up. Exhale as you fold back in. Inhale as you slide your hands all the way up to your hip creases, draw your elbows, shoulders back, lift your heart, lift your chin, look up. Exhale as you round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, the arms all the way overhead again, lean back slightly, look up. Exhaling, interlace your fingers and stretch your arms all the way up again. As you exhale, side bend to your right, feel the stretch on your left side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to your left. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring the arms down by your sides. And repeat, inhale, arms up, lean back slightly, look up. Exhale, lean forward, fold, hands towards your feet. Slide the hands to the shins. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, your arms all the way up. Fingers to your thumbs to your hip creases. Arch your back, look up. Exhaling, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, arms overhead again. Lean back. Exhale, palms in front of your heart. Take a breath. Roll the shoulders down. Inhale, arms up again. Lean back slightly. Look up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands towards your feet. Slide the hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bring your hands up a little higher. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms overhead. Lean back. Exhale, bend to your right again. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, your arms lean back slightly. Look up. Exhaling, forward fold. Hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway up. Look up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, hands all the way up to your hip creases. Draw your elbows, shoulders back. Lift your heart. Look up. Exhale, round your spine, arms long, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up, palms together, exhaling in front of your heart. Roll the shoulders down. Inhale, lift your spine. Exhale, bend or twist to your right. Look toward the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your left. Look toward your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to your right again. Look to the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Remember, you're keeping your palms in front of your heart as you exhale and twist to your left, looking toward the left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Also, your knees are continuing to point straight ahead. Hands on your knees. Begin your cat-cow, rounding and unrounding your spine. Inhaling forward. Exhaling as you round. Warming up your spine, stretching out the muscles that line the spine. Two more times at your own breath's pace. And then come back to center. Begin making some circles. Checking in with your lower back. And now reverse and circle in the opposite direction. And come back to center. A couple more rounds of cat-cow. Step your feet wider apart. You have your blocks nearby. Place your blocks in the middle between your feet. And you turn the blocks so you can have both hands on your blocks. And then bending your elbows, see if you can move the blocks out a little bit farther. And then just come down. You're drawing, you're bringing the hips away, opening the hips away so that your knees tracking over your big toe and your second toe. And then just come down a little bit further, feel an inner thigh stretch. And you just inhale up and then exhale down, just slowly filling out, filling the lower back, stretching out the lower back here. Inhale up and exhale down. Yeah, I think that's going to be Gandalf might be trying to come in here. I don't want him climbing up over that door, but he'll try to, and he will succeed. And now bring the blocks out a little bit further if you can, just deepening. This is a nice hip stretch, but only go out as far as you feel comfortable. Maybe if you don't have a block, maybe you can just bring your forearms to your thighs and just folding forward and kind of pushing, separating the knees out to the side a little bit more, and then come up. So only going down as far as you feel comfortable. If you have your blocks in front of you, bring your blocks over to your right foot, the inside of the right foot, or if you maybe just bring your forearms over if you don't have your blocks. You keep pressing that knee away, or if you need to bring the heels in. So you're just kind of stretching out toward the sides of the body and the lower back a little bit, and then you go over to the other side and stretch out or bring your forearms over. So just gentle stretches, not too much. You're just basically checking in with the different parts of the body. And then if you have your blocks and keep them in the middle here, turn your right palm up and then just windmill that arm up. Or if you don't have your blocks, you bring your left forearm to your left thigh and then open up. And then you bring that hand down or forearm down and you switch sides. Rotate the left arm up. So we'll do that again. So you inhale the right arm up, opening up through the right chest area, and then switching and opening, rotating to your left. Okay, and then it would, if you're using the blocks, doing the same thing, but you keep your one hand on the block, and then you windmill the opposite arm up, and then bring that arm down. Now, if you can, take your blocks back over to the right side and bring your left hand down, right hand to your thigh, and then you're rotating, kind of rotating your belly toward that right inner thigh, and then extend the arm up a little higher, possibly. If you don't have your block, you just bring your opposite hand over and do it that way. And then you come back down, switch the blocks over to the other side, bring the right hand to the inside of the left foot, left hand to the thigh, and just kind of rotating the torso toward the inner left thigh and extending the left arm up a little higher. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And bring. But again, you're only moving within your own range of motion at your own pace. And then bring that arm down. Now take one of your blocks. You're going to step your heels, toes back together. And then now squeezing the block between your thighs. And if you have the lower block, if you have two blocks, you can press your inner edges of your feet in toward the top block. Now bring your arms out in front, bend at the elbows. And we're just opening the arms out and in. If you happen to have your weights, you can hold your weights in your hand if you want a little extra resistance, or even make a fist, like you're squeezing your elbows in towards each other, inhaling, open. And as you open up, you're squeezing the muscles in the upper back, still sitting up nice and tall, chin is gently tucked. Inhale as you open the elbows out, open your heart. Exhale, elbows in towards each other. So 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, make sure you're rooting your tailbone into your seat, and exhale. And 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Now keeping the elbows in together. If you can keep your elbows in towards each other, interlace your fingers if possible. If not, you don't have to. And then inhale straight up. Exhale, rounding your back, drawing the elbows down toward the tops of your thighs or your block. Inhale as you lift up, arch back. Exhale as you round, drawing the elbows down toward the tops of the thighs. Inhale up, arch back slightly, and exhale as you round. Now you're still squeezing the blocks between your feet and your thighs, and then open up into a upper back bend, look up. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then extend your arms wide, palms facing forward, reaching across with your left arm. So you're not twisting, you're just reaching across. You're drawing the bow across your chest and then open. And then reach across again, drawing the bow and open. And then reach. So you're trying to keep your shoulders squared toward the front as much as possible. And you may twist a little bit, but you're actually reaching across. And extend. And then 1 more time. Right hand to the left shoulder and open. Okay. I'll turn the palms up. Inhale, the arms overhead. Interlace your fingers again. Stretch the palms up. Sit up nice and tall. Exhaling, bending to your right again. So you're pressing the feet down into the floor, especially on the left side. Left foot, left hip press down. And then inhale, center. Exhale, bending to the left. Pressing the right foot, right hip down. Inhale, center. And then exhaling, bending again. And I think it sounds like I said twist. Okay. And then turn your left palm down so that you're holding the right side of the chair with your right hand. And then bending a little bit further as you're pressing your feet down into the floor, especially the left foot and left hip press down. And then float, bring that right arm up. And then bending to the left again, holding the left side with the left hand. Right palm turns toward the floor. Hold, take a few deep breaths in and out. And then bringing the hands back up again. Palms to your heart, roll the shoulders down. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Check in, notice what you feel and where you feel it. Quiet your mind. Feel the thumb gently pressing into your heart center. Feel your heart open. Now press your thumbs into your solar plexus. Feel the solar plexus area. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Notice how you feel in your solar plexus. These are typically the centers where we feel our emotions, I'll say our emotions, our feelings, and our solar plexus. We have a gut feeling. Sometimes we'll say, I have a gut feeling about something. And that's generally right in your solar plexus. Or sometimes we feel heartache in our heart. We'll say, oh, I have a heartache. So you want to open these centers as you breathe in and out, focusing, yes, on the lungs too, but you want to breathe in so that you're bringing in positive into your heart, into your solar plexus area, and releasing any feelings of doubt, fear, anger, heartache, pain. Imagine you're letting go of any of those feelings, depression, through your, according to traditional Chinese medicine, I don't know, depression is usually a function of the lungs. Don't quote me on that though, but take a few more deep breaths in and out. Just feel those areas opening up, expanding, and relaxing. And now bring your hands down. Remove your block. And then sitting up nice and tall, lift your right leg up. Draw the knee up a little higher if you can. In fact, bring your blocks, have your blocks available out in front of you. So you're pressing the left foot down, lifting the right leg, flexing at the ankle of the right foot, circling a few times in both directions. To check in, notice if you feel any stiffness or tightness in the hip area or not. Maybe you don't have any tightness in that area, and that's a good thing. Draw the leg up a little higher if that's available. Shoulders down. Inhale. And as you exhale, round your spine. Draw the knee toward the forehead and hold. Make sure your shoulders press down away from your ears. Take a few deep breaths in and out. I'm just, only lifting it. If it doesn't come up that high, just lift up a little bit, round a little bit. Make sure you're pressing that foot down to stabilize the lower body. And then lift your head and shoulders. Extend. You can continue holding under the leg. Extend and bend at the knee joint. Pressing through the heel. You're still pressing the left foot down. You're still lifting your spine. And then extend the leg. Press through the heel. You can lower the heel down onto your block. Place your thumbs in your hip crease. Sit up nice and tall. If you don't have blocks, obviously place the foot on the floor, but make sure you're still stable on your seat. So maybe you have to scoot forward a little bit, but make sure you're not slipping off your chair. And remember, your chair should be on a non-slip surface also. So placing your thumbs in your hip creases and making sure your left knee is above your left ankle. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips, just folding forwards. Keeping a neutral spine as much as possible so that you can feel you don't lose the integrity of the stretch behind the right thigh. And take a few deep breaths in and out. Now, if you're really stable on your chair and you can just gently walk your hands down the leg. And if you happen to have your strap, and I always tell you have your props nearby. So a lot of you may already have your strap. So you want to take your strap and place it around the ball of the foot. Or just gently walk the hand down the leg, but make sure you never press on the knee joint. And I say that every time because it's important that you don't put pressure on your knee joint. And you're just folding forward, deepening into the stretch. Long, slow, deep breathing. And then very carefully, gently walking your fingertips. If you don't have your strap, you're walking your fingertips up the leg, avoiding the knee joint. And then come up. Readjust yourself on the seat. You can lift that leg up or hold under the leg to lift it up. Still pressing through the heel, engaging. You're toning your thigh muscles here, like you're drawing your thigh muscles up into your hip crease. You can continue holding with both hands, or you can extend one or both of your arms. You can also lower the foot down to the floor, the heel down to the floor, or to your blocks. So draw your shoulder blades in, open your heart, press your left foot down. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. Imagine you're drawing that leg into the hip socket. Engaging your lower abdominal muscles. You can make fists, kind of draw in your shoulder blades in towards each other. And then slowly relax, hold the chair, bend the knee, tap out the leg, the foot, and then you're going to move that leg out and in a few times, or you can tap it out and in a few times. You're still pressing this left foot down into the floor. You can hold the left side of your chair with the left hand. And then keeping the leg out at a diagonal, doing the same thing, kind of. You can bring the heel down to the floor. Maybe adjust your hips over to the right a little bit. You're still stable on your seat. Left ankle still under that knee. And now you're going to turn towards your left side and then gently hold on to the left side of your chair if you need to, but make sure the chair doesn't tip. And you just bring your hand down, left hand to your hip, your shoulder, or you can arc your arm over. But make sure you're still, that left foot is pressing down into the floor. And if you're not able to bend, bring your hand to your leg, you can bring your hand to your hip. And you're just kind of arcing your left arm over as if you're reaching for your left toes. You can even open the right hand up, turn the right palm up, but make sure you don't press on the knee joint. And then bring that arm up, down. If you had your block or your balance ball, you do the same thing, or a second chair. Can't get my foot to stay. And then you just basically, but make sure you're pressing, you're stabilizing the left side so you're not tipping. And then you come up. And then maybe you can readjust. And if you want to keep that leg out to the side some, still pressing that left foot down, bringing one, you can hold with one hand, bring the opposite hand out to the side, turn your head to look towards your left thumb. Now you can do all or none of this. You can stay right where you are. Maybe the foot is still down here. You can stay down there if you want to. But if you want more of a challenge, sit up nice and tall. Press the left foot down. Engage your lower abdominals. You're drawing your thighs into the hip socket. Shoulders drawing back, engaging your muscles in your upper back. But make sure you check in. Go ahead and release. Make sure you're checking in with your lower back so you're not putting tension on the low back. And you can help by engaging your lower abdominals. At the same time, trying not to compromise your deep breathing. Because the breath helps to power the postures. It brings power. When we breathe deeply, it brings power to our body. It's bringing more oxygen. It's bringing life force, including life force. So now moving to the left leg, lift the left leg up, pressing the right foot down, circle at the left hip. So visualize, feel the power of deep breathing, but you're not forcing. So you want to still, when we started, and you begin to focus on your breath and slow your breath down, feeling the rhythm of your breath. It's a nice, easy flow, relaxing flow. Yes, when you're efforting, you're breathing a little more force, but not overly. So you draw that leg up. Inhale, Exhale, round. Draw the knee toward the forehead. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then maybe you can bring the leg up a little higher. If not, that's okay. Still pressing the right foot down now to stabilize the lower body. And then extend the leg, holding under the leg, bending and extending at the knee joint. You're enjoying the movement of your body, noticing. This is kind of exploring your body, noticing what you can or can't do, or what you want to be able to do more of, or how you want to feel in your body. Yes, we are, at least in our community, we say, you hear us say, we are spiritual beings in a material world, in a physical body. So that means we do have that spiritual side of ourselves. And if we look at our body as a temple, we can go ahead and bend the knee. And then if you're going to adjust, you look at your body as your temple that you're housing your physical being in. And so we do want to feel good in our body. We want our spirit to really flow into our body. So extending the left leg onto your block, and we're going to do it straight first. We're going to do the hamstring stretch first. Sit up nice and tall. Foot is flexed. Thumbs at the hip crease. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips, folding forward till you feel the stretching on the back of the left thigh. So we're including more of our spirit when we take those deep breaths in, the life force. We're including more of our spirit selves into our bodies. And then if you want to, you can walk your hands down, or if you have your strap, you can place your strap around the ball of the foot. And then inhale as you rise up, gently walking the fingertips up the leg, avoiding the knee. And then taking the blocks out to the side, out in a diagonal, still, and maybe scooting the hips over to the left, your hips to your left a little bit. Right knee over the right ankle. And then you're twisting now to your right, and then extending the left arm down the leg, or if you're using your strap, you can be holding both ends of your strap. Arcing your right arm over. Taking a few deep breaths in and out. Maybe turn the left palm up, gazing up toward the right elbow or ceiling. And then slowly pressing the right foot down as you rise up. Maybe bring the palms to the heart for a few seconds. And then lifting the leg up. You can keep your foot, your heel on the blocks, on the floor. You can extend both arms, or you can hold the leg with your left hand and arm. Gaze toward the right thumb. And then maybe you can bring both arms out. Make sure I'm getting a little cramp in that left thigh. A little karate chop there. Still sitting up nice and tall. A couple more breaths here. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other. Lift your heart. And then go ahead. Bend the knee, bring the foot down. And bring your leg back in. Now separate both feet again. Reach back with your right hand to the back of the chair. Scoot your hips over to the left side more. To bring your left knee down in front of your seat. You're holding on with the right arm, and the left hand is on the front edge of your chair. Your toes are either curled under, or you can be on top of on the top of the foot. You can slide a block under your shins there for support. Inhale your left arm out in front, and then raising the arm up, going into a slight upper back bend, look up. Couple deep breaths in and out. Lifting your heart, opening, expanding. And I'll slowly bring that arm down, turn the palm up. I think about in our class last week, one of you ladies said that you felt loved after class. So I thought, wow, you must have really opened your heart during class to allow that love to just begin to flow in your heart. So I thought that was really awesome. Now reverse, you're going to turn the palm down behind us. Scoop your hand up in front, keeping your gaze on your fingertips, adding some eye yoga. Now palm up, inhale and exhale. 2 more times at your own breath pace. Full range of motion at the shoulder joint. And 1 more time. Okay. Now if you can, extend or bend forward slightly. You're still holding on. And maybe, if possible, slide the leg back a little bit more, but only stay within your own comfort level. Don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or unnatural to you. You can adjust, send the block back if that's available to you. Bring your same arm, your left arm out in front, and then just hinging forward from your hips. Press your right foot down into the floor, firmly down into the floor, or a supported type of dancer pose. And then coming back up, slide that knee forward, and if possible, maybe you can hold on to your pant leg or onto the ankle to give you a little extra thigh stretch here. Make sure you're still stable on your seat. And then very carefully release, bring that foot down, holding the front edge of the chair with the left hand, and then bring that foot forward. And we're just going to walk both feet and legs all the way over. And let's check in for a second. Maybe do a couple rounds of cat-cow first. Check in with your lower back, the hips. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. And reverse. Now walking all the way over to the other side, holding the back of the chair with the left hand. Slide that right knee off the chair. And again, carefully scooting forward a little bit to be able to slide the leg all the way off. And if you're using your block to support your right shin, go ahead and put that block under there. Or let's try 2 blocks this time. That might still be, I think that's going to be a little too high. Or maybe just show you without the block. Okay, make sure you're stable on your seat and bringing that, either curling the toes under or uncurled. Inhale the right arm up, lean back slightly. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And slowly bringing the hand down, turning the palm up behind you. Take your gaze to your fingertips. Continuing with the eye yoga. One more. And then we're going to reverse. So scoop the palm up in front. Turn the palm down behind you. full range of motion of the shoulder joint. Move it within your own range of motion at your own pace. Stay connected with your breath. And now bring the hand to the front edge of your seat. And if you're able to slide the leg back a little more, maybe. You're leaning forward, still holding on to the back of the chair with the left arm. Bring your right arm out in front. And you're just gazing straight ahead. And then slowly coming back, sliding the leg forward. And if possible, holding the pant leg, maybe lifting the leg up a little higher. Or possibly holding the ankle, drawing the heel toward the glute. Couple more breaths here. And then carefully releasing, bringing that leg forward. And then scooting back to the front of your chair. Take one of your blocks and place it between your feet. And bring your arms out in front. And lean back slightly, squeezing the block between your knees. And then bring your arms down by your sides. I'll bring the arms out again. And just bring your arms about just a little wider than your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades in toward your upper back. Engage your lower abdominal. Inhale. We got an ant crawling on the screen. And then as you exhale, squeezing the block, slowly standing up. And then bring your arms down by your sides. Roll the shoulders back and down away from your ears. Okay, so I'll need to adjust the camera here a little bit so that we can see the full. Okay, I think that should be good. All righty, so stand next to your chair. And we'll just start with some rocking back and forth on your feet, from your heels to the balls of your feet. You can hold on to one side of the chair with your left hand, and then the other side, well, if you're standing on the right side of your seat. And if not, then opposite side. Next time you come up onto the balls of your feet, see if you can hold it up there for a few seconds. Find your drishti point, your focal point on the floor to stare at. Breathe. Bring your right arm out. Try to keep your chin slightly tucked, and you're just turning your gaze toward the floor. And then lower back down. Come back up onto the balls of the feet, and maybe bring both arms up. And then bring both hands down, bring your heels down. Lift this up just a tad more. Just a little bit more. I can. Okay. All right. And now step your feet wide apart. Lift your heels and then pivot your heels to your right. Just going to adjust a little bit. So pivot your toes to your left. And ideally, if possible, your front heel and back heel should line up, or your front heel and your back arch. And the right foot is about a 45-degree angle toward the left foot. Bend the left knee, warrior pose, stand. Make sure you're pressing down through all four corners. I want you to feel the pressure of your feet pressing down into the floor with all four corners of both feet. Left knee is bending, knee over your left ankle. Gaze is to your left. You can keep your hands on the chair and the hips, or if you want to bring your arms out to T for warrior 2. And then turn your palms up. Bring your left hand to the chair, and I want you to bring your right arm out in front. Draw, if you can take your right hip forward a little bit, and you might have to step your right leg over to the side here. It's okay if the feet are wider, because now you want to square your hips for a warrior 1. So you're trying to bring the right hip forward, take the left hip back a little bit, but keep the left knee bent, and then bring your right arm up. You can keep the left hand on the chair, or maybe see if you can bring both arms up in front, or bring the palms together in front of your heart. Interlace your fingers, except for your index fingers, and to your heart for a warrior 1 posture. So make sure, check out that right knee though. Make sure it doesn't feel like you're twerking the right knee. That's why I said it's okay if you want to, you can step that foot over a little bit more. Other thing you can do is maybe lift the heel up and have a slight bend in the knee is okay. And you can continue having one hand down on the chair and the other hand on the hip for a warrior 1 posture. Now go ahead and kind of hop that foot forward a little bit. March out both feet. Have your feet about hip distance apart, and you can even use your block here. Place the block between your thighs. You're squeezing the block between your thighs. I'm going to step forward a little bit and turn it the short way. And then bend your knees for a chair pose. So you're slowly bending your knees. You should be able to see your toes in front of your knees, rooting the tailbone toward the earth, engaging your lower abdominal. Take a few deep breaths in and out. See if maybe you can lift your toes here, and then come forward slightly. See if maybe you can lift your heels, but I don't want your knees to go too far in front of your toes. So just play with it. Try heels down, toes up. Toes down, heel up. See how that feels. Just rocking back and forth. Couple more breaths in and out. Now slowly stand up. Inhale. And then exhale, bend toward the chair, to your left. And then bring the hands down. Squat down to the chair again. Raise the arm up. And then inhale up. Exhale, side bend. Let's do that one more time. Exhale as you bend the knees, go into chair pose. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale, bend toward the chair. And then inhale up and bring the arm down. Okay, now take your block and place it down on the floor between your feet. Shifting your weight toward the chair, bend the right knee and bring the knee out to the side, or toes to the chair, or toes to the floor. Right heel is against the left leg, slight bend in the left knee, standing leg, rooting your tailbone, lifting through the crown, bringing your arms wherever they're more comfortable for you. Find your drishti point, spot to stare at toward the floor, your focal point. Quieting your mind. Maybe lifting the foot a little higher. And then just placing the hands wherever they're most comfortable for you, most available, most comfortable. And bring the palms to your heart center, lifting your spine. Now releasing. Lower the foot, march it out. You step in front of your chair. And we're going to do the whole other side in just a moment. for the transition with our downward facing dog. So placing both hands in your chair, right in the seat of your chair, spread the fingers wide apart, thumbs facing towards each other, gently gripping the finger pads into your seat, gentle grip, and then walk your feet back until your back is nice and long. Feel a nice stretch, soft bend in your knees, and bicycle your feet. You can bend both knees a couple times. Make sure your seat is on a non-slip surface. If you can place your chair against the wall, that's even better, so you know that chair is not going to slip out from under you. Come up onto the balls of your feet, slowly shifting your weight forward, moving towards an upward facing dog. Just rocking back and forth, nice and easy, only going as far as you feel confident and balanced. You have a soft bend in your elbow. And then you're lifting your heels, lifting your hips, shifting forward, lifting your heart, and then lift your hips backwards first. And now slowly come back down onto your heels, soft bend in the knee, and then repeat, slowly shifting forward and back, only going as far as you feel comfortable. Engaging as many muscles in the body, just gentle engagement to help your body not feel so heavy as you move. So you lift your hips, engage your core as you push back. And the same thing, you're lifting your body forwards and then shifting your hips, lifting your heart. And then going back to that downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And then coming up, step your inner foot forward, which is probably your left foot, my right foot, and then pivot the heel down again for triangle. So both legs are straight. Maybe you can separate the feet a little wider. Front heel lines up with the back heel or the back arch. This is our triangle. You're drawing your right hip back. So you feel that opening, that engaging in the inner thigh of the left side. Draw the right shoulder, right hip back. Keeping the fingertips on the hips, shoulder, or arm extended. Remember, with your arm extended, the palm faces forwards. And you're gazing up toward the right thumb, down toward the left hand. And you're extending in both directions, both arms in both directions, extending. Imagine you're extending energy out through your right fingertips and down through your left fingertips. So this is your body is strong. Your heels are drawing up and into the hip creases, from your heels up into your thighs, into the hip creases, and your heart is open. Shoulder blades drawing together in the back of the body. Now, bend the knee. Now, if you want to go, you don't have to do this. You're going to make sure that chair doesn't fall or push or tip over. But if you want a little, even more of a challenge, you're going to kind of slide your left leg back a little bit. And you're slowly lifting that leg up as if you're going to a half moon. But only go as far as you feel comfortable and confident that you're balanced. And bend the knee. Carefully bring that foot back down. And then slowly stand up. Turn your toes straight ahead. Heels, toes, heels, toes. March it out. Switching sides. Bring your block or blocks. Yeah, my chair tilted back. We don't want that to happen. So we just start with our chair pose on this side. So you can have the block between your thighs and your feet. Bend your knees, go into a chair pose. Bringing the left arm up. If you don't have your blocks, you just bring your legs, your feet, and your thighs all the way together. And this helps to support the lower back too. So especially, I mean, you can have your feet hip distance apart, but if you have lower back issues, you bring your legs, squeeze your legs, your thighs, your feet all the way together to go to chair pose. And then inhale, exhale, bend to the right side. Inhale up, exhale, chair pose. Inhale up, exhale, bend to your right. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend to chair pose. And then inhale up, exhale. And then come back to standing. Have your feet about hip distance apart. Shift your weight toward the seat, bend the left knee, bring the heel out to the side. Palms together in front of your heart, gaze toward the floor. Couple deep breaths in and out. You want to raise the foot up a little higher. Slight bend in the standing leg, rooting the tailbone. And then bring the foot down, step the feet wide apart, lift the heels, pivot the heels to the left, bend the right knee. Warrior two. You can keep your hands on the chair, hip, or move your hands wherever you feel comfortable for warrior two. And then we're going in reverse to warrior one. So from there, you're going to kind of lift and step that left foot over more to the forward a little bit. So you're squaring your hips now. You're drawing your left hip forward, right hip back, raising the left arm out in front, or both arms out in front, palms together, interlaced in front of your heart. Warrior one. Stable, centered, focused, straighten. Heels, toes, march it in, and then march it out. Go ahead, take your seat. Just take a moment, sit down any way that's most comfortable for you. And just take a moment to check in one more time. Any areas of stress or tension, tightness anywhere, just mindfully let it go. Breathing in universal life force energy, and then exhaling, focusing, relaxing any areas from head to toe, around your neck and your shoulders. Roll the shoulders out, turn the head from side to side, maybe a couple more rounds of cat-cow. And then I invite you to bring the palms together in front of your heart. And just take a moment as you continue to check in. No longer control your breathing. Allow your breath to flow naturally. And just notice if you feel any difference now compared to when you started your practice, without any judgment. And you can sit quietly for final relaxation as long as you like. Take a minute or two longer after class. Just sit quietly and absorb. Allow your body to consolidate, calibrate, and then take some time to meditate. Keep your mind quiet and peaceful. Thank you so much for allowing me to share your yoga practice. May you take your practice into your heart, into your body, into your mind, benefit from it, and share it with others. Knowing that yoga is more than a physical practice, it's a philosophy and a way of life. Namaste. Om Shanti, peace.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Namaste. Thank you much.
You're very
That was
welcome.
an